You're thinking, what are British values these days? Right? What would people go for if they were asked British values? Would people go for habeas corpus? Would people go for individual liberty? Would people go for innocent till proven guilty? And you're thinking, well, one thing you're pretty certain Britain would go for, buy one, get one free. Oh, it's brilliant when you go to a supermarket and there's two rival offers, aren't there? Next door to each other. Let's say buy one, get one free. Next door to two for the price of one. And you see people desperately staring at them, trying to work out which is the better offer. And then we're supposed to be big on the rule of law, haven't we? Yeah. But now we've got police forces up and down the country telling us there's various crimes they don't even bother to investigate because they don't think it's worth their while. Including telling some people who've been burgled to do their own checking for fingerprints. We even had, Leicestershire Police Force telling us recently that they, in fact, only bother to investigate now, burglaries at even-numbered houses. And they're the ones who told us that's what they're doing. So every self-respecting burglar in Leicestershire and anybody else from the country who thinks, fuck me, I've got a 1 in 2 chance here, are going for the odd numbers. It's going to affect house prices after a while, isn't it? Which side of the street are you buying on? Oh, unlucky. There's a lot of crime on that side of the street. Which is why I've decided never to wear anything ever again in bed, Because I figure if anybody breaks in to burgle me, I look a little more scary in the altogether than I would do if I was wearing my paisley pyjamas. And then I thought about that, and I thought, well, actually, I'll probably look even scarier if I was naked but wearing a gimp mask. Maybe stroking a frog at the same time. Going, oh, I'm so glad you've broken in. I've been looking forward to this moment for many years. And then we're supposed to be big on tolerance, aren't we? Big on tolerance when we've allowed them introduce the bedroom tax, when most councils don't actually have smaller accommodation for people to be able to move into, so we're penalising the poorest in society for no reason. And effectively, aren't we, we're encouraging them to knock down a wall of their own homes. Council there going, hello, says here you got 3-bedroom accommodation? Oh no. No, I've only got 2-bedroom accommodation, although one of those bedrooms is now quite big. And you suddenly think, don't you? It's at moments like that, it strikes you quite how disappointing Britain can be. But then you think of all those migrants on the other side of the channel, don't you? Risking their lives to actually get to Britain, and it suddenly strikes you quite how shit must the rest of the world be. And then you think of the rest of the world, don't you? And you think of planet Earth, and you think of the sun, and how it's going to fade out and die and turn into a red giant and consume the Earth and all the other planets, and how we're all going to die. And you suddenly strikes you quite how shit the sun is. And you think we're all fucked, everything is for nothing. Everything we achieve is for nothing. We might as well kill ourselves now. And then you think, oh, I bet I'd be shit at that as well. We've all thought about it, haven't we? Apparently 600 people on average a year in Britain get murdered. 6,000 people on average a year commit suicide. I suppose if you're going across a bridge late at night, somebody's coming towards you, you're feeling a little bit scared, you can at least console yourself that they're 10 times more likely to chuck themselves off than you. But maybe you've heard somebody you knew from ages ago has committed suicide, and you think, oh well, if only I kept in better contact with them, told them how much they meant to me, maybe things could have been different. And you think, well, actually, in some ways, time starts now. Things can be different in the future. Yeah, you could do more. And then you think about that, and you think, well, the trouble is, isn't it? I'm still 3 books behind on Game of Thrones, and I've not watched that box set of House of Cards. And I still don't look like Johnny Depp, although I spent 25 quid in River Island. Don't get me wrong, some things are brilliant, aren't they? Do you remember we sent that small craft? We sent it and it landed on that moving comet. We sent it 500 million miles at 35,000 miles an hour and it landed on a moving target bang on time. And then on this planet, you find yourself on a bus moving at 0 miles an hour because you're stuck in traffic, which has come as something of a shock to you because when you booked your ticket, you booked to go on a train. And you think, oh, life's a disappointment. The world's a disappointment. I'm a disappointment. If I'm honest, you're a disappointment. Shambolic life, shambolic body, shambolic job. Obviously comedians, go in and out of fashion, don't they? Sooner or later you find yourself playing smaller and smaller venues. Over less and less nights. And even then, one fucker can't be asked to show up in your fucking front room. You think sooner or later I'm just going to walk out on stage and there'll just be one person in the audience. And I'll go, oh, well, shall we just go down the pub together? And they'll go, no. I'm actually the lighting technician. And you think at that moment I won't be able to pay the mortgage and have to move the family into rented accommodation and tension will be too much, they'll all leave and I'll have a breakdown. And it's probably at that moment I'll decide to go and I'm a celebrity, get me out of here. And I'll sneak in a shotgun as my one possession. Oh, and then I'll go feral and I'll start smearing war paint over my face and I'll go missing and then I'll start taking them out one by one, including Ant and Dec. Oh, yeah, but before I dispatch them, I'll make sure they have to eat kangaroo testicles as well. And as they're there being kicked to death by some really angry recent unit kangaroos, I'll lean into the camera and I'll go, is that enough reality for you now? You think for all anything matters, eh, Margate? For all anything matters, I might as well just defecate here in the corner, mightn't I? Pull my trousers down, do a big old poo, call it art and get in contact with the Turner Contemporary. Knowing my luck, though, wouldn't be able to go. Just be there with my trousers down, a little tear trickling down my face. And you'd all file out one by one. And just as the last one closed the door behind you, I'd just hear, oh, he couldn't even manage a shit. Depression can hit you at any time, ladies and gentlemen.